the attributes that are in the MyLabs Plus for our business calculus course, but there's one other thing that I wanted to add on to this particular video, and that concerns what I'm calling the review assessment. So I'm going to log back in, and so those of you that are paying attention here, you'll notice that this will look a little different than before. So this is an add-on to the video that I was just doing, and so this is something I've added since the previous video to sort of help those people out, to give you a I guess reality check on, are you really prepared for this particular class. And that's not to mean it in a bad way. It's just that when you're taking calculus, you have to have some foundational skills. And so one of the things that I've done to try to help people identify this for themselves and to come to me to get extra help or whatnot is to put this assessment test in. So I'm going to go back to assignments here. And you'll see something a little different than what you saw at the beginning of the video. All these assignments from here all the way to here are what I've prepared to be the review assessment. Now, what this review assessment is, it goes through some of the basic things that you need to know from basic arithmetic on up until what we call college algebra here. For those of you that have taken a pre-calculus class before, it is all the material that you learn in pre-calculus minus the trigonometry. So the idea here is for you to take this particular assessment to start off with. This is a test. It's just going to grade you. It doesn't count anything against you, but it can help you. Okay. Depending on the semester, there are extra points that I give for doing this particular assessment by a particular time. Please check your eCampus announcements and or syllabus for details. So the main thing I want to point out here, that this review assessment, go ahead and do it, kind of see where you are. And so the idea is for you to understand, hey, I know this, I don't know that. After you go here and do the assessment, you can go back into your grade book and click review so that you can see what you got wrong, what you got right. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to do that here, just so that I won't have any questions there. Here, so if you go back to your grade book, so after we get into the grade book here, you'll see where this has the prerequisite review assessment, and you'll see review here. So this is what I'm talking about when I say you can review your questions. As you see, I've done a few, and I'll kind of show you how this works. So here you'll see that for this question, I purposely got it wrong. It told me to list all the rational numbers here. Well, I clicked these, but I didn't click these. Okay, so one of the things you need to learn is, what's the difference between a rational number, a whole number, a natural number, an irrational number. All those things are important because in calculus, a lot of the math definitions that are being used are referring to these type of definitions. So that's why I put this on the review. If a question is right, it'll look something like this. Okay, and I did this one too. You'll see that I purposely got this one wrong as well. Okay, so you'll see how I'm missing some things. I didn't add some stuff correctly. So the point of this is for you to take the assessment, see what you did right, see what you did wrong, and then for the stuff that you did wrong, you want to go through those particular review sections to sort of improve on that and get yourself back up to speed with it. So if you find that you score below a 50% on this particular exam, then you may want to seriously consider either getting out of this particular class and enrolling in either a college algebra class or what we call Math 1324, which is college math for business. It is another prerequisite to this particular class. It goes over some of those basic concepts that you need. I know that a lot of students do not like to, step back a class or so, but it's been from my experience that for those that don't do that, you end up spending a lot of time and a lot of money, and in some cases it's detrimental to your GPA if you don't take that step back. So it's kind of like taking a step back to take 2 steps forward later on. So, and again, this is just a reality check. You're not required to I guess drop out of the class and go into another one. You're not required to take the review assessment. This is just something that I've made up for you to help you. Okay. All right. So getting back into the review assessment here. So when we click on it, it'll look like this. You'll come in and you'll start answering the questions. And so you'll have to answer each question before going to the next one. Okay, so you'll work on this one. If you don't know how to do it, that's fine. Just click next question. Okay, so here I'm just going to click anything so that I can get on to the next question. Okay, and so you see how it moves over to the next question. Okay, and so once you're done with everything, and I ask you, if you still haven't answered anything yet, then it'll ask you, hey, do you want to answer your questions? Okay, and so this is how it'll look, and you can review it here, or you can get out of this and review it later if you just can't review your review assessment right then. Okay, so you can come here and do it as well. And so again, everything that you do is being recorded. How many times you do the same assignment is being recorded. Now for here, you'll notice that we have all these sections here. This is just like homework. So each of these sections goes along with certain things that you'll need to cover. Okay, so if you get a particular problem wrong, see where it is, go through these review sections here and work on it. So like here, just giving an example, you see I got a problem wrong with combining like terms with polynomials. So section 3 of the review section reviews that. So you may want to go through this. And here you have to help me solve this and view an example again. Okay. For some of these questions, you will not have the help me solve this or review an example or the textbook at your disposal. The reason for that is that those questions come from another book. And so since we don't have the proper access code for that, we can't access those questions. But for those that do come from the book, you can view the help me solve this, the viewing examples, and the textbook. And if you have any questions about any of these type problems, feel free to ask me. I'm always available. And if I can't get to you right when you ask the question, is it via email or you calling me, I'll respond to you as soon as possible. And that's usually within 24 to 36 hours. All right, and so with this concludes the overview for the MyLabs Plus for Math 1325 Business Calculus.